Strategy Management Series. Video number 115 Strategy Formulation. Step 7 Strategy Evaluation. Game Theory, Mixed Strategies. Welcome back to the Ready MBA series on strategy management. In our previous sessions, we delved into strategy evaluation, the crucial seventh step of the strategy formulation process. This stage entails scrutinizing potential strategies for their impact, benefits, costs, and resource requirements. We also discussed game theory, a technique for predicting competitors' moves in a competitive situation, and how it can be used by the planning team to refine their strategic analysis. One of the primary benefits of game theory is its ability to help decision-makers anticipate the potential outcomes of different strategies and understand the ripple effects of their choices. This is especially valuable during strategy formulation and evaluation, as it allows planners to simulate various scenarios and assess the best course of action. We introduced the concept of simultaneous moves games, where players make decisions at the same time without knowing the other's moves. These games often involve creating a strategy that considers all possible outcomes based on each player's actions. To find the optimal strategy, planners look for a dominant strategy that consistently provides a better or equal outcome than all other strategies, regardless of what the opponent does. In some games, there are no dominant strategies where one strategy is always the best regardless of what the other player does. Instead, players must consider the potential choices of others and then determine their best response. This situation is defined as a Nash equilibrium. A Nash equilibrium is a concept in game theory where each player's strategy is the best response to the other player's strategy. It is a stable decision-making point. In such situations, players do not have any incentives to change their strategies in the light of their opponent's decision. However, these equilibria do not always guarantee the best outcome for either player. In today's video, we will discuss the concept of mixed strategies and their application in game theory, according to the book The Art of Strategy by Avinash K. Dixit and Barry J. Nalebuff. Mixed strategies should be considered in situations where it is advantageous for players to randomize their actions, creating uncertainty for their opponents and avoiding predictability in their strategic moves. Mixed strategies are a crucial concept in game theory because they help players navigate competitive scenarios where a clear dominant strategy does not exist, or where players want to avoid becoming predictable. Defining mixed strategies. A mixed strategy involves randomizing between different strategies or actions to keep opponents uncertain about your next move. In contrast to a pure strategy, where a player consistently follows a single course of action, a mixed strategy involves choosing among various actions with specific probabilities. Mixed strategies are particularly useful in situations where 1. No dominant strategy exists. In games where no clear dominant strategy is present, randomizing actions can prevent opponents from predicting your moves. 2. Avoiding predictability. When opponents can easily anticipate your moves, using mixed strategies makes it harder for them to develop effective counter-strategies. 3. Creating equilibrium. In some games, mixed strategies are the only way to reach a Nash equilibrium, where no player has an incentive to deviate from their strategy, given the other player's choices. Application of mixed strategies. Mixed strategies are often applied in zero-sum games, where the gains of one player are precisely balanced by the losses of another. One classic example is in sports, where players or teams must make strategic decisions, like deciding between passing or running in football or serving to the forehand or backhand in tennis. To create a mixed strategy, players must determine the optimal probabilities for selecting each possible action. This requires analyzing the payoffs associated with different strategies and finding the probability distribution that maximizes the expected outcome or minimizes the opponent's advantage. A common example illustrating mixed strategies is the game of rock, paper, scissors. In this game, each player has 3 possible moves: rock, paper, or scissors. If a player consistently uses the same move, their opponent can easily predict and counter it. The optimal mixed strategy in rock paper scissors is to choose each move with an equal probability of 1/3. This approach makes it impossible for the opponent to predict the next move, ensuring a balanced game. Challenges and limitations. While mixed strategies can be highly effective, they also come with challenges and limitations. 1. Complexity. Determining the optimal probability distribution for mixed strategies can be mathematically complex and requires careful analysis. 2. Execution. Implementing mixed strategies may require players to follow specific randomization rules, which can be challenging in practice. 3. Uncertainty. Mixed strategies inherently involve uncertainty, which can be unsettling for players who prefer clear-cut approaches. Importance in strategy. Mixed strategies play a crucial role in strategic thinking because they encourage players to consider a broader range of possibilities and avoid becoming predictable. In competitive business environments, using mixed strategies can help companies stay ahead of their competitors by introducing uncertainty and reducing the predictability of their actions. Let's illustrate a mixed strategy situation with an example from sports, specifically tennis. In tennis, players have to decide where to serve, e.g., down the middle, to the opponent's backhand, or to the opponent's forehand. Similarly, the receiver has to anticipate where the serve is going and prepare to return it. This can create a mixed strategy situation where both players aim to keep their moves unpredictable. The game setup. Let's consider a simplified tennis serving game where the server has two options: serve to the receiver's forehand or serve to the receiver's backhand. The receiver also has two options: prepare to return a serve to the forehand or prepare to return a serve to the backhand. In this scenario, let's assume that if the receiver anticipates the serve direction correctly, they have a high chance of returning the serve, leading to a point in their favor. If they guess wrong, the server has a high chance of winning the point. Here is the payoff matrix for this game, where the server wants to maximize their points and the receiver wants to minimize the server's points. The server's strategy is to make their serve unpredictable, so the receiver has difficulty predicting where the serve will go. In this case, the serves would get 1 point and the receiver would get 0, as indicated in the payoff matrix. The receiver's strategy is to guess correctly, reducing the server's chance of winning the point. And here, the receiver would get 1 point, -1 in the server's perspective, while the server gets 0. Using mixed strategies. If the server always serves to the same side, the receiver can easily predict the serve direction, leading to an easy return. To avoid this predictability, the server can adopt a mixed strategy, choosing between serving to the forehand and the backhand with specific probabilities. In this game, the Nash equilibrium is when the server serves to the forehand and backhand with equal probability, 0.5 each. This balanced approach makes it difficult for the receiver to predict the serve direction, maximizing the server's chances of winning. Similarly, the receiver should also adopt a mixed strategy, preparing for the forehand and backhand with equal probability, 0.5 each. This way, the server's uncertainty is balanced by the receiver's uncertainty. Advantages of mixed strategies. By using a mixed strategy, the server keeps the receiver guessing, reducing the chances of predictable patterns. The receiver, on the other hand, adapts to the server's mixed strategy, enhancing the challenge for the server to gain a strategic advantage. This example illustrates a mixed strategy situation where both players choose actions with specific probabilities to maintain unpredictability, leading to an equilibrium where no player has an incentive to deviate from their strategy. And this concludes our episode about using mixed strategies in simultaneous moves games. Please join us in our next episode where we will continue our discussion about game theory. Until then, keep strategizing. See you soon.